Have you ever made a snap judgment you later regretted? Or maybe found yourself stuck overthinking a really simple decision? Well, today we are diving deep into your mind to uncover the secrets of thinking fast and slow. We're going to pull back the curtain on the two hidden forces in your brain that are in a constant tug of war for control over your choices.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with a pretty primal story. Then we'll properly introduce the two characters that are running the show inside your head. After that, we'll put them to the test with a couple of brain teasers, uncover the mental traps they love to set for us, and then we'll wrap it all up with some real practical tools to help you think a whole lot smarter.
Okay, let's get right into it. To really get a handle on how our minds work, we've got to travel way back in time to a story about two decisions where life and death hang in the balance. I want you to picture this. You're walking across an ancient savanna. The tall grass is rustling all around you, and your child is right there by your side. Suddenly, your survival, and theirs, comes down to two split-second decisions. The first time, you spot a lion. You've never seen anything like it. It's majestic, and your curiosity takes over. You step closer, and in an instant, the unthinkable happens. It's a brutal, painful lesson that gets burned into your brain forever. Some things are not to be trifled with.
So, years down the line, you see a lion again. This time, there's no thinking, no curiosity. Your brain just acts. It's an automatic, lightning-fast, life-saving decision based on that one traumatic memory. You grab your child, you hide, and you both survive.
But then, something totally unrelated happens. A simple bird flies overhead, and in that same moment, your child tragically passes away from a sudden sickness. Now, your brain, using that exact same rapid, pattern-matching instinct, creates a new rule. Birds are a bad omen, they're dangerous. So now you've got two rules hardwired into you. One is brilliant and saved your life. The other, it's based on a tragic, random coincidence. And this perfectly sets the stage for the two systems fighting for control in our minds. And this brings us right to the heart of it all. The idea that your mind isn't just one thing. It's actually operating with two very different and often competing systems. So, first up, let's meet System 1. This is your fast, intuitive hero. It's your gut feeling, the part of you that screamed, "Hide from the lion." Think of it as your brain's autopilot. It works effortlessly, automatically, making thousands of choices for you every single day without you even noticing. And then we have System 2. This is the slow, logical, analytical part of your mind. It's the supervisor that should have stepped in to say, hey, wait a minute, the bird had nothing to do with it. System 2 is what you use to solve a math problem or learn a new skill. But here's the catch. It's incredibly lazy. It takes real effort to wake it up and get it to work. And this just lays it all out perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you have System 1, your automatic, emotional, impulsive hero that's basically designed for survival. And on the other, you've got System 2, your conscious, logical, and, let's be honest, often lazy supervisor that you have to consciously engage to tackle tough problems. The constant battle between these two is what defines so much of how we think. All right, so now let's actually see these two systems go head-to-head with a quick puzzle. And I want you to pay close attention because your System 1 is about to come out swinging. Okay, listen carefully and just go with the very first answer that pops into your head. Don't overthink it. A bat and a ball cost $1.10 in total. The bat costs exactly $1 more than the ball. So how much does the ball cost? So, did you say 10 cents? If you did, congratulations! Your System 1 is working perfectly. It served up a fast, simple, intuitive answer that just feels right. The only problem is, it's wrong. Yep. That was your System 1 talking, fast, confident, and completely mistaken. But hey, don't feel bad, because you are in some very, very smart company. Get this, more than half of all students at universities like Harvard, MIT, and Princeton get this wrong too. That just goes to show you how powerful and convincing our gut instincts can be. So here's the real answer. The ball costs 5 cents. Because if the ball is 5 cents and the bat is $1 more, that makes the bat $1.05. And together, they add up to $1.10. See? The only way to get there is to literally pause, ignore that powerful first impulse, and consciously engage your slow, effortful System 2 to actually do the math. Okay, let's keep going. Now we're going to look at how this constant back and forth between systems creates these predictable glitches in our thinking. And we'll start with something called the availability heuristic. So what is that? It's basically a mental shortcut. Your System 1 makes a simple mistake. It assumes that if something is easy to remember, it must be common or important. If a memory pops into your head easily, your brain figures it must happen all the time.
And this is a perfect real-world example of that glitch in action. We all know statistically that we are far, far more likely to be in a dangerous car accident than a plane crash. So why are so many people more afraid of flying? Well, it's because every single plane crash is a massive media event. It's vivid, it's dramatic, it's all over the news. That makes the memory incredibly available to our System 1, which just screams danger, even when all the data points the other way.
All right, next step, let's talk about two of the most powerful forces that quietly shape our choices every day: our deep instinctual fear of losing something and the way information is presented to us. This is just a fundamental part of being human. Think about it. The pain you feel from losing $100 is way more intense than the pleasure you get from finding $100. It's not a 50-50 emotional scale. This deep-seated fear of loss makes us avoid taking risks, even when the potential reward is huge.
This right here is the incredible power of framing. Just look at these two descriptions for the exact same surgery. A 10% mortality rate. That sounds terrifying, right? But what about a 90% survival rate? Well, that sounds fantastic. The numbers are identical. The fact is the same. But the way it's framed, in terms of loss versus gain, triggers a completely different emotional gut reaction from your System 1. The words matter, sometimes more than the numbers.
So what do we do with all this information? What's the big takeaway here? How can we actually use this knowledge of our own minds to make better, more rational decisions, especially when it really counts?
The key, really, is to get better at recognizing when your fast, automatic System 1 is about to hijack your decision-making. It's about learning when to hit the pause button and deliberately wake up your slow, analytical System 2. So when you're facing a big choice, just slow down. Challenge that first answer that pops into your head. Ask yourself, is there another way to look at this problem? And maybe most importantly, always ask, what information am I not seeing here?
At the end of the day, just understanding how you think is the single biggest step toward thinking better. By learning to spot the tricks and shortcuts of your System 1 and knowing when it's time to call in the heavy lifting logic of System 2, you can start to take back control and make choices that are more deliberate, more thoughtful, and ultimately much more effective.